So we're ready for the timer. I'm gonna make the countdown. Are you guys ready? Okay. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, this is Snow Brothers, and this is a game developed originally by Topland, but this was a port developed by Capcom. The original arcade game was released back in 1990s, and okay, that was a good manipulation. Have you started? Or do I need to reset this? Okay, never mind. So the game originally were released for arcades back in 1990, and the support for the NES developed by Capcom in 1991. So there's some few differences between the arcade version of the game and this NES port. So, well, the plot of this game is that Nick and Tom, some twin brothers, need to go to rescue the twin princesses that got kidnapped and blah blah blah. Typical cliche of this kind of video games. And the game is divided in 50 stages or floors, whatever you wanna call them. Okay, that was a bit better. And fortunately, all these stages are so shorter, so we can say that literally there are 5 stages in total, counting all 5 bosses. So the way that you move is that since you are on Snowman, you can throw some snow shots and turn the enemies into some kind of big snowballs and throw them and defeat them, and that's basically the way that you play this game. And the obviously differences with the arcade version, first of all, the graphics and the engine, because we know that the NES originally was developed and released in 1983 as the Famicom on Japan, and on that time the SNES was gonna be released. And with the games, obviously the arcade versions were superior in all aspects to the home consoles version, so we got something similar to the games. So basically I just need to defeat all enemies that appears on the screen, turn them into big snowballs. Okay, that was something bad. That's a rare pattern. And well, in this case I'm gonna skip that phase, because, well, as you have saw, if I throw a snowball and that snowball touch an enemy, that enemy is gonna fly in the old stage and it's gonna turn into an item. There are different items. The first one, the point that just gives you points like some food and all that stuff. Second ones that are some power-ups, for example the red formula makes you go faster. The blue one makes that increases your snow power, and the yellow one makes that your throws are more long. So this is the first boss. It's easy to beat. I just need to hit him 6 times. 3, 4. Let's go for the last ones. 5, 6. Okay. First boss beat. And also, please mods, a bot with a phishing link appeared on chat. So timeout of ban it before something bad happens, please. And well, this is a big difference with the arcade version, because this bonus round doesn't appear on the arcade version. So the best part in here is to get as more crosses as we can, because if we got a letter, it's gonna add some extra points. It's gonna add 10,000 points, and obviously that's bad. It's gonna make you lose time. But the worst luck of all is to get the lives, because if you get an extra life, you're also, instead of, well, you're gonna get it, but also it's gonna add you 50,000 points. And obviously the more points that you get, more time it takes the bonus to finish. And also there's a fourth formula, which is the green one, and depending on the stage it will appear. It will make that the snow character, well, in this case our character head, and grounds up, and now we are gonna be able to fly in old stage, and if we touch an enemy it's gonna fly away. And also, a good way to optimize this and move as fast as possible is to beat all enemies, turning them into snowballs. Sometimes I'm gonna defeat some enemies and throwing them a snowball, and this is that in some parts that can turn a bit slower since it's gonna appear an item. And for example, if there's an item on screen and we have to defeat all enemies, we need to catch the item as fast as possible, because if we don't, we need to wait until the item disappears and then it will load the next stage. So we don't want that to happen. We want to move faster like this. For example, I need to catch this candy here, just lollipop, to move to the next stage, and that's it. So also some enemies are gonna have some special kind of attacks. For example, this red enemy doesn't have anything special, but that one's make some tornado spin. So if we don't defeat them, or if we don't freeze them on a certain moment, they're gonna start to spin, and we're not gonna be able to make some damage to them. And also, if you defeat all the enemies at the same time, as you have saw, some extra points bonuses are gonna appear on screen. But in this case, I just catch them for memeing purposes, because that items disappears faster. So I should not go for the other items first, but it doesn't matter. So place RNG for the next second boss, because it's a big frog that needs to appear down, and that's good that it's appeared down, because if it appears upstairs on this part that I am right now, and we're not be able to hit him, for example in this case. So I'm just gonna freeze the enemies here. You need to disappear. It's time to move here. Wait. Okay, you appear down. That was good. Just one more hit. Okay, my mistake. These were two more. You need to appear up again. That's a very bad pattern that it appears up. And sometimes when I run this game, sometimes I got all the time that frog up, and obviously that's a huge amount of lost time, because this boss is fully RNG, unfortunately. So we cannot decide where we want that the frog appears. I believe we can manipulate the position, but it's not so easy. So again, let's RNG with the bonus. Okay, I got one cross, it's fine. Also, as you have saw up on the screen where the points are, all the letters that I'm gaining are start to appear. Well, when I got the word snow, I'm gonna gain one extra life. And also in a previous stage, I think it was stage number 8, I don't remember correctly, you maybe have saw an item that looks like a face, like the face of our character. Well, if I catch it, some new enemies are gonna appear that if I defeat him, I'm again gonna get the snow world. Obviously every enemy, because there are 4, is gonna have every letter, the S, the N, the O, and the W. So if I get that item, I'm not gonna catch it, because if I enter to that extra bonus part, obviously I'm gonna lose time. But if it appears, but I wait that it disappears, it's more faster. Obviously I'm gonna lose time because I need to wait that the item disappears, but it's more faster instead of catch it. And as you saw, there was an enemy that we're gonna see on another stage, another couple of stages here. Okay, that was bad, that I have died. I have said before that tornado guy, as you have saw, it throws some knives. And obviously when you die, you lose all your power up, so I need to get them as fast as possible again. And also for these specific platforms, I need to jump up. And also I'm gonna shoot him just to make that he disappears. Just I'm gonna make until this enemy fall down. Okay, this is not good. So wait, it will disappear. So on this part, it's a bit hard for me to get the items because also this depends of manipulation. It depends of position of your character and also where does the enemies spawn. So level 28 can be the most annoying because you saw I cannot get through these parts with a regular jump. So I'm just gonna wait, skip that ball that sumo guy throws. There's time to move to the next floor, which is floor 29, and then we're gonna have the third boss battle. Okay, that wasn't good at all. Okay, that was good because I've got this right. I mean, this red formula, and it doesn't matter which other formulas I got. And from the 3 formulas, the best combination is having obviously the red one for speed, and the blue one for can throw more. Well, to make that your throw's gonna be more powerful. Okay, and I'm gonna have died. It's not good. So again, I just need to hit these bad guys 3 times. 2 and... okay, that's good. Okay, just one more hit. It's gonna spawn here. And also this is fully RNG depending of which position does this birds are gonna fall down. So the worst luck, the worst pattern you can get here is you don't have the energy boost, and I got also a bad pattern of the bonus because you saw now the 1-up's gonna add me not just life, it's gonna add me more points, and obviously that translates into losing more time. And now it's time to move to the stage 31, and this is curious because the congratulations screen says let's go to stage 31, but when you enter to the stage it says floor 31. Well, that was part of the English of that era, which was the bad spelling on the English, something common on the translations from Japanese to English. So again, I'm gonna try to manipulate my position and the position of the enemies in order to get the speed boost. And also, sometimes when I throw the snowballs, I'm gonna wait until the snowball hits me, because that can make that I enter into an invincibility phase. So when my character is blinking, I can't move without any kind of problems. Without getting worried about being hit or something like that. Like for example, in this case, if I'm blinking, that enemy is not gonna make me damage, but it's not the case here. Okay, I hate when that happens, so... Also, something I need to forget to mention is that if you don't defeat the enemies faster, that enemy is gonna appear, and if the enemy touches to us, we're gonna die. But if we try to skip that enemy, it's gonna release some ghosts that I'm gonna go directly for our position, and that translates into a definitive death. Okay, I got the blue one. It's not the one that I was looking for, but at least it's gonna help me a bit. Just need to get the red one and everything should be fine. Okay, just give me candy, something I really don't need. But I cannot access that part because I need to use a snowball to jump over there. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, that was something close. And again, I got that blue power up when I don't really need it because I have it already. Don't worry, I have beat all the enemies who can disappear right now. And again, and well, stage 39, this can be a bit tricky. So, let's RNG to don't get hit, let's RNG to don't get hit, okay, that was good. I'm gonna wait until that enemy starts to spin again to make that it goes to the position that I am. I'm gonna throw this ball. Not gonna receive some damage. Okay, now it's time to go to the next boss. And again, the way that you beat it is that it's gonna throw some enemies. In this case, are some fire guys. I just need to freeze. I'm gonna move this over here. One, two, three. Four. And also, if I start to shoot them, I'm gonna make some damage too. Okay, I got hit, that was bad. Okay, that wasn't good at all. And also something like that, something like this is that sometimes again RNG is not gonna be good with us, with how the enemies works. Okay, boss defeated. Now it's time to go to the last stages of the game. Okay, at least I haven't got directly one up, but I got the snow world, but the good part of it is that it doesn't add me a lot of points like if I get an extra life. So we have entered to the last fully RNG based zone of the game, because also the enemies are a bit hard to beat on this specific part of the game, on the stages, and also the last boss is gonna be fully RNG to beat him. So depending on which kind of RNG we got, it's how we can finish this as fast as we can. No! Okay, never mind. This is still fine. That's not fine. So also I'm gonna keep quiet here because I need to focus a bit on this. But I don't need cakes, I need the power-ups. That's what I call a good timing. Okay, I got the blue one again, which is funny. But at least, since I don't have any power up, it's good that I have got the blue at least on this moment. And I haven't noticed that I haven't deactivated my delay on my webcam. Nice meme. Okay, why the game is not recognizing my inputs? What happened? No, my controller has died. Okay, I have made. Okay, it doesn't matter. For some, unfortunately, my controller got disconnected for a while, which was so funny, at least for me, because I was gonna be this burn squad was gonna die, so I have done a save state just in case, because when your life count runs out, you will have some 9 extra opportunities. Like for example, in the arcade you have 9 credits. I don't know if I have explained correctly with that. Okay, I'm dead again, doesn't matter. So so you can press the A button to respawn, but the bad point is that if you're playing this with another person, because two players can play this game at the same time, the bad part of this is that they share the credits, so once your credits go to 0 you can respawn. And also, if I haven't pressed the A button to appear on the stage, I'm gonna get the game over screen, because that was like if I tell in the game that I don't want to continue and I prefer to get the game over screen. Like for example, when we run out of coins and we don't have money for more credits on the arcade machines. So well, this is the last boss, and I've said before, this is fully RNG based, because now it's gonna throw some bubbles into tabs. Sometimes the bubbles will have some items, some enemies, some fireballs. The red one obviously are the fireballs, the blue one is the enemy. I have died again, doesn't matter. Sometimes I can get trapped into that bubbles. So also I need to throw the balls to them, so time's gonna finish once I defeat the last boss. And also my PB of this game is 22:51. I'm just some seconds ahead of 3rd place. I have been practicing this recently to get that, but unfortunately I have got a very bad RNG at this last stage. And well, I just need to be careful with where did I am moving. Okay. So I need to hit them 10 times each one if I remember correctly. What? Good. Nice energy. Nice movement. And also, if I get trapped on the bubbles, I just need to mash the directional buttons and the AB buttons in order to get free of them. Okay, I wanted this speed one, but I wasn't able to catch it. Nope. And now you understand why it's a bit hard for me to get a better time on this. RNG can be such a big troll here. So be ready for. Okay, I have to fit one of them. Be ready for the time. It's gonna be close. So I'll say time. Okay. So well, that was Snow Brothers. This I need to admit that these last stages were so bad for me, and on my movement and all that stuff. Also, RNG doesn't help me a lot, and I haven't moved correctly, so I have lost a huge amount of time here. But well, anyway, this is still been good. I mean, it was at 25:08, so I have finished also under my estimate. So this is something good. So well, I think that now the backup block, the improved backup block finishes, and well, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna do Crash Bandicoot Warp and Crash Team Racing, which are both of them are my scheduled runs. This was some backup runs to fuel and space that the Pocket Park runner unfortunately wasn't unable to do. And also on Sunday I'm gonna do a Pepsi Man speed run, and there's an incentive for this, that if a total of $20 are donated for that incentive, I'm gonna play the cutscenes, the weird cutscenes of the game, and also I'm gonna explain them, because Pepsi Man is a game that doesn't have sense, and M in the cutscenes has less sense, and that one's gonna be for Sunday. So remember, if you are gonna donate for the cutscene incentive. So for now, this is everything on my part today. This was Snow Brothers. I hope you like, guys. See you. Peace. And remember to follow me on my channel. I think that my channel is linked on the schedule. Also, if you have some doubts about running Donald Duck and Quackers, this is free too on Snow Brothers. Feel free to DM me, and I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna be glad if somebody wanna run the game and ask me for some stuff. And at last for Street Free 2, maybe I'm not so good at the game, but at last I can help you a lot on Snow Brothers and Donald Duck and Quackers. So well. So guys, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me here, and I hope that you can apologize. I'm a Mexican guy who's trying to speak in English, which is not his principal language. Obviously, I get a lot of mistakes when I have tried to talk, but well, it's fine. So see you guys. Peace. Thank you for having me on the marathon. See you tomorrow.
All right. So that was UnFantasmaMas. Thank you very much for doing that. And then up next, passing this over to other staff for some more online runs. So